Welcome to today's live. I am here later than usual. I hope somebody can join. If not, it is fine. It will be recorded and kept on so that you can listen to it later. I fully appreciate that it's quite late on a Sunday evening. So, I'm talking about acne in keeping with the Acne Awareness Month, which is in the month of June. I'm just going to do some quick housekeeping today. I introduce myself. My name is Desiree Djanie. I am an advanced hair, scalp, and skin practitioner, and I help people target issues with their skin, scalp, and hair health. And I help them to treat it and find some resolution for it. I also help professionals in perfecting their systems within their businesses and also in caring for their customers and clients. I run coaching programs with clients who are wanting to embark on a journey to help them grow their hair or perhaps have healthier hair or move the needle on their skincare, for example. So these are the things that I do, and I will caveat everything I say by saying that I am not your GP. I am not a GP. I am doing this for educational purposes, and so please always consult your GP or your medical professional if you need any help. Today I will be talking about acne. I'll be talking about acne in terms of how it affects the skin and the pigmentation, including the melanocyte cells. I'll be talking about the professions that actually increase your chances of getting acne, if there are any occupations at all, but we'll be talking about that today. I'll be talking about certain things that you should do to avoid, the chances of getting acne. I have discussed in the past couple of lives, that acne is caused by many factors. Puberty, we have some genetic factors, we have hormone disruptions that can also cause acne. We have things such as stress-related conditions that can also exacerbate acne. But truly what causes acne is that mix of the sebaceous glands, the overproduction of sebum from the sebaceous glands, and then the dead skin cells that aren't slothed away adequately on the outermost layer of the skin, which is the stratum corneum, which is this skin here. Okay, so if we're not exfoliating our skin properly, or the skin itself is not shedding that outermost layer adequately, that mixture of the sebum and that's the dead skin cells causes acne by blocking the pores and suffocating it, really. And then it sits over, and it kind of causes that bump and lumpy effect that we feel, and it becomes filled with bacteria, and sometimes it becomes inflamed, quite angry, red, painful, and so on and so forth. So acne presents itself in that way. Today I want to keep it nice, short and sweet, but I wanted to address the advantages of professional treatments, the reason why it's important. Yesterday I discussed that there are many ways to ensure that you get treatment, but today I want to talk about ensuring that you're getting the right treatment. I'm also wanting to make sure that you can hear me. I think it's okay. There's no one live with me. Everyone's asleep. I'm the only one here. But that's okay. I'm hoping people will get to watch this later on, so it's fine. So, the reason why it's important to get professional treatment and perhaps diagnosis as well is that you want to make sure that you are getting the precise diagnosis. What you don't want is to be misdiagnosed with a condition like acne. You will just end up going round and round in circles and you won't get some resolve from it. So we need a proper diagnosis because we're looking for the signs of severity. We're looking for how severe the condition is so that we know where we're going with it. How are we going to treat something when we don't know the severity of it? I've explained before in my last live that acne, again, as I've also recapped it today, in saying that acne can be as mild, moderate, or severe. So you can experience it in so many ways. Also, you can find that sometimes it just disappears out of nowhere. You somehow have recovered from that action that occurs between the sebum and the dead skin cells, or the hormone imbalance, or the pubescent hormonal conditions that exacerbate the acne has somehow settled. Or if you're menopausal and those hormones are also generating those acne causing effects, it may also settle. But regardless of that fact, we just need to make sure that we are getting to know the type that you have, the type of acne that you have, and the severity of it, so that we can treat it properly. We don't just treat, we also make a customized treatment. So it's about putting things together that help you out. Just you, not necessarily something that works for everybody, not a one-size-fits-all box that you pick up in town and you use for yourself. This is really something that is catered to you. Pardon me. So personalized therapies are great because they're designed to help to treat the condition. Okay, so it's tailored to your skin type and condition, which is absolutely brilliant because this is a holistic approach to treating such a condition that can cause real discomfort and some confidence issues, and can really affect your life in a way that you almost can't imagine, in terms of what you do, in terms of wearing makeup, how you present yourself, so on and so forth. So it's quite important that we do this properly. We do the diagnosis and treatment plans properly. So we've got precise diagnosis and customized treatment. And then the next point that I want to talk about is the home care, aftercare, but also the ongoing support that you will receive from a professional. So that goes without saying, because it isn't just the fact that you're being seen to by someone who knows what they're doing, but it's also the fact that there is a continued support. So when you're needing something else, or there's been a change, this person gets to know the history of what you're going through, and it's able to adjust and alter the treatment plans to suit you. So imagining that you've started eating something new, you've changed your diet, it has made the situation worse with your acne condition. You can go back to this professional and they can help you to adjust things properly. Also, it is great because we get to examine the skin as often as possible. We get to examine the skin at regular intervals if we need to, which is just amazing, because if things change or things aren't progressing in a positive direction, we can make those plans and changes for you. So absolutely important, especially because I'm coming on to the next point, which is acne curable? Can we effectively cure acne altogether? The answer is no. We don't necessarily do that. We just control it, because we treat you to control the condition, because it has so many factors that can cause it. And also by controlling it, we can do so positively and so effectively that in effect, you will be relieved from it if you get to know how to treat the condition and stop recurrence of it. Okay, so other things that a professional can help you with are things like what to do when you cleanse your skin, how you cleanse your skin, what you should be putting on your skin, including makeup. That leads me really nicely onto makeup. I mentioned last night that if you are wanting to wear makeup, you need to learn how to take it off. Now, that goes for everybody, but especially if you're wearing makeup, but you have acne-prone skin, then you definitely must take your makeup off. Okay, because we do not want, if you put it this way, if I should put it this way, you're wanting to remove the dead skin cells off your skin effectively, as gentle as you possibly can, but as effective as you possibly can. That is what you need to do to try and reduce the chances of, acne occurring for you. So then when you wear makeup, you've put something else on your skin that isn't necessarily treating your skin. It's for cosmetic value, but you've not taken it off. We're already struggling with trying to get those dead skins off as gently as possible, but now we also have something that is sitting on the skin that's preventing us that's not actually helping anybody. It's not helping you in any way, but truly must be taken off altogether to help us, get to treat the skin. It's a barrier, becomes a barrier to treating the skin, but also can have an occlusive effect because it is sitting on the skin overnight, during the time when your cells are renewing themselves, and we're not giving it that opportunity for that to happen. It does not help, but it certainly will make the condition worse. If you're acne prone, not taking your makeup off at night will make the situation worse. So I mentioned in my live yesterday that I will be talking about things that can make acne worse. One thing that I really wanted to talk about is comedogenic products. Comedogenic products are really not helpful, which then puts the makeup into that bracket. Okay, it sits in that bracket of those products that clog pores. Comedogenic products clog your pores. Makeup can be one of them. But one that you need to be aware of is using your body lotion for your face. That is not a good thing. We just cannot do that because body products, actually, I'll start with the skin. Skin is different from the body, the face, and the eyelids. So if you're working from thin to thickest, your eyelids or around your eye area, the skin in that area is thinner. So it's thinner in density. It's more fragile. The skin on your skin, on the face of your skin, is the middle ground. And then you've got the skin on your body, which is tougher. So you most certainly can't put creams that are formulated for the body on the skin. You can do it on the face of the skin. You can do it the other way around. You can use products that are formulated for the skin for your body, but not the other way round. Okay, so do not do that. Do not use body lotions for your face. You can use face lotions for the body, and that should be fine. I want to talk about hot water in terms of cleansing. So I discussed effective cleansing your face with intention, making sure you're using products that are gentle enough but effectively cleansing. Because ordinarily when people are experiencing acne, they think it's because the skin is unclean, but that's not the case. It's not really a hygiene issue. I've explained what causes acne. None of it has hygiene elements in it. So making sure you're using an effective cleansing practices is great, but most people almost think that by using a way of cleansing the skin that should be effective, it must include hot water. Hot water is a stripping agent which will strip the skin and cause dryness. I mentioned yesterday that ensuring that dryness is not your thing is important. We spoke about effective skincare yesterday with acne. So making sure that you're cleansing, treating, moisturizing, and protecting is so important. One way of making sure that you're hydrating and moisturizing is making sure that you're not removing the moisture that you already have, because alongside skin types, we can still get the condition. So you could have a drier skin type and get the condition of acne. So being mindful of that is really important. Just because you have dry skin doesn't mean you can't get acne, or just because you have oily combination skin means that you will get acne. That is not the case. So all skin types can experience all skin conditions. And so if you've got acne and your skin is oily, that is just what the situation is. But we don't necessarily use hot water because it can strip the skin of all the good oils that we want to keep. Pardon me, and cause further dryness, which isn't good if you have got dry skin. I wanted to bust some myths today because I've seen somewhere on social media that a lot of people are using things like coconut oil, baking soda, apple cider vinegar, so on and so forth, to try toothpaste, for example, to try and treat acne. Well, we can't use those things because coconut oil is comedogenic. You cannot use that product on your skin. You can't use baking soda on your skin either. It's too harsh and it will cause further inflammation. So no baking soda. Don't use toothpaste because it has other pore clogging properties that you don't want in your skin if you're acne prone. If you wash your hair infrequently, you expose certain areas of your skin to acne. So it's important to wash your hair frequently and correctly. That means that you are washing. So I'm talking about the acne that occurs around the hairline. The hairline, which is the forehead, the temple regions, behind the ears, the back of the neck, and the nape of the hair. Those are the areas that we find that some patients experience acne, whereas there are other parts of their face, neck and chest, which is fine. And then they have acne that is present around the hairline and the back of the necks and the back of the ears. That we know is a condition that is contributed by the fact that you're putting products in your hair and scalp, but you're not removing them frequently enough. This is not to say that the products that you choose for your hair and scalp is comedogenic. It is just to say that sometimes dirt, debris, bacteria, dead skin cells, dust build up on our hair, and it sits on the hair and it's feeding onto our skin that we need to clean effectively. And so, as you can imagine, my hair's on my face, it's at the back of my neck. If I clean my skin daily or twice a day, but I don't clean my hair as often, and yet my hair is all over my face and neck, breathing in these dirt and dead skin cells or shedded hairs and so on and so forth into my pores that will cause inflammation and also bacteria breeding environments. So making sure that you are cleaning your face properly, including your hairline, the back of your ears, the nape of your neck, is so important. Really working the product into the forehead, all around the hairline, is what I'm talking about. So if you contend with acne, make sure your hairline is also clean. Okay. So the only way we diagnose acne is by physical examination. We don't have any other way of doing it. We need to physically see you. We need to cleanse the skin and have a look and make a proper diagnosis. I want to talk about something that happens. Actually, before I do that, I will talk about the title of this live today, which is What Occupations Cause Acne? And I'm afraid to say it was probably like a clickbait thing that I put out, but there isn't a profession that causes acne, because if that's the case, we could say that every profession can cause acne. We know the reasons why acne occur. If your job is stressful, you will get acne, but you will also get other things alongside it too. So if you have a stressful job, you could get acne, but there isn't a particular job that could cause acne. So no occupation is attributed to the acne condition, not as far as I'm aware of anyway. So I want to talk about PIH, which is what we call post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. This is something that is a real issue because we don't only have to treat acne, we also have to treat what happens after. I mentioned yesterday that you should try to not pop your acne, so squeezing it. It's very difficult for me because I like squeezing acne and spots and things, not just on myself, but on everybody too, especially in my family. But professionally, I don't do that. Only because, especially if it's an angry bacteria filled or pus filled acne, it isn't right to do so. I am professionally trained to be able to extract sebum from acne, but we don't do it for all acne types. So as an average person who isn't a professional in this space, you most certainly should not squeeze or pop your acne. We might do it in the salon or in the clinic, but we don't say that people should do it at home because it can cause scarring. And then we have the condition called the PIH, which is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which occurs because you have popped your acne and you have activated the melanocyte cells within the skin. And so the melanin is being produced at a higher rate. Melanin is the skin's pigmentation, which is the color of the color that it's made in the skin. That is what you're over activating. Yeah. So what makes your skin darker or what makes your skin color is what we call melanocyte cells. And when you over activate that by popping your spots and pimples, you run the risk of getting PIH, which is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Okay, now other things can cause PIH, which is things like eczema. If you get bitten by mosquitoes, any trauma to the skin can cause PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Now that condition can occur on the epidermis of the skin, which is the top layer of the skin, or sometimes it goes further into the dermal area of the skin. But really, it's usually just on the top of the skin, the top layer of the skin, which is the epidermis. Again, not all acne causes that. Pardon me. If you're observing the rules of acne prevention or acne treatments, you shouldn't have those after effects. When we advise you to not do certain things and to have effective cleaning practices, ensuring that you're not doing these things that can exaggerate and exacerbate the problem, it is so that we can just treat it and then there aren't any after effects to also have to treat. So be mindful of that when you're popping your zits. So how do we diagnose hyper or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation? We do that by personally coming in, and then we do an examination on the skin to make sure that that is what it is. And we offer treatments as well, which include lasers, peels, topical creams, some acids such as alpha hydroxy acids. They're really good for things like that. Retinoids are also amazing. So these are some of the things that we might use to treat. Again, please don't go out and buy those things because you need to be sure that you have got post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Okay, so just to recap today's live, it's been to discuss what the advantages are in getting professional diagnosis and professional treatment, ensuring that you are controlling the condition properly, not using certain things that you may see online, such as toothpaste and baking soda, etc., because of what it does to the skin. I have mentioned that the skin, by virtue of the fact that it's going through acne, can still have its own type. So we need to be mindful of the skin type itself and not veer too much away from it. So when people have acne, they tend to forget that they also have a skin type that they need to be mindful of. It's important that we don't forget that, because you cannot treat acne-prone skin that is also sensitive without observing both, issues. So if the skin is sensitive by nature, but has now got a condition which is acne, we must be able to tackle the two at the same time, because those bespoke personalized treatments will have to incorporate the sensitivity of the skin and the severity of the acne to make sure that that approach is going to be sympathetic to the treatment, effective treatment of your skin condition. So we can't forget the skin type. We must always keep the skin type in mind. This is where the professional help that you're needing comes into play. Then I spoke about how we diagnose. We led on to post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. I explained what that was. And so I wanted to discuss what other things can cause post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is, I said, eczema and so on and so forth. But you could have these conditions and still protect your skin from PIH by making sure that you don't expose your skin to ultraviolet exposure. So no radiation, no UV radiation at all. So how do we do that? We make sure that we protect the skin with our sun protection that we will use, either mineral or chemical, whichever takes your fancy is fine, so long as you're protecting your skin adequately. That is what is important. I also have alternatives for certain Patients who may object to topical sun protection, which is the Advanced Nutrition blue light filter, which is amazing for protecting the skin inside out. So building that resilience towards ultraviolet radiation. I spoke about how we diagnose post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is by physically examining you and having you in clinic and doing so you would need to come in to be seen to. And then how we treat it, I've also explained. Now, when I mention these products and these treatment plans that we have for you, it isn't for you to go and buy that because they come in different strength levels. For example, retinoids come in 2%, 5%, 10 in some countries, for example. In the UK, we're not allowed to have anything above a certain percentage. So making sure that your skin can handle it, perhaps building you up towards a certain percentage is the way to go. You know, how do we make that plan so that it works for you? How do we mix the products and the formulations or the suggestions that we may have, the prescriptions we have for you to make sure that it works for you? So please be very careful in picking up things from the shops and just using them. If you've done so and it worked for you, that's fine. You know, we're in no judgment zone here. This is for those people who may still be experiencing some discomfort and perhaps aren't getting the outcome that they're looking for, so that they're mindful of the professionals that are there for them to use. I've spoken before that you can go to your GP and they can make their recommendations. Some include topical creams, antibiotics, and so on and so forth. And then you can go to dermatologists who might do the same. They may even conduct biopsies. Then the advanced skin care practitioners and what we do. We care for you holistically. We look after the skin in the condition that it's in. We also care for the skin as the skin type itself. Myself, I approach from that. This is how I approach my treatments. And so that is what I can talk about and speak strongly into. So I said I was going to keep today's live short and sweet because I came on live very late. So I'm going to end it here and say, if you're wanting to know more about what I do, how I do it, you can go online and find me at Vegan Hair Salon UK or at Desiree Djanie on Instagram or all the platforms. And you can find a way to source my services. But if there is nothing more, I'll have to say all my love, good night and goodbye.